Dear students, welcome to the fourth chapter of our class 6 course. Today we will discuss Microsoft Excel 2010. The aims and objectives of this session are Introduction to Microsoft Excel and its features, starting Microsoft Excel, knowing the concepts of an Excel workbook and worksheet, knowing the various components of an Excel worksheet, data types in Excel and how to enter data, how to perform calculations, working with an Excel worksheet. And at the end of this session, we will discuss objective problems from this chapter. Now, we will discuss what is Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet software developed by Microsoft. It is used to perform mathematical calculations. Columns are represented by alphabets on the top and rows have numbers to the left side of the worksheet. Here, the data is organized in a tabular form and consists of rows and columns. It provides inbuilt features and tools such as formulas, functions, and data analysis tools that make it easier to work with large amounts of data. The first electronic spreadsheet was VisiCalc. It was developed by Daniel Bricklin and programmed by Bob Frankston. So, we see that Microsoft Excel is the most important spreadsheet program used in many business activities, official work, class work, and even personal data organization. Now, we will discuss features of Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel provides inbuilt features and tools. Formulas are mainly used for performing simple and complex mathematical calculations. Functions are built-in formulas used for calculating percentage, interest, average, etc. Formatting features improve the appearance of data. That is, you can change the appearance of the worksheet as you like. The most commonly used formatting commands show up on the Home tab. The data is automatically recalculated in the entire worksheet if any change is made in a single cell. Quick search and instant replacement of data. Entering data in series using autofill option. Here, MS Excel identifies the series and fills the data automatically for us when we drag down the data. Data can be viewed in a graphical form, such as charts, as you see it on the slide, which helps to understand, analyze, and compare data in an effective manner. These advanced features have made Microsoft Excel the first choice for professionals to quickly perform lengthy accounting and financial tasks and take immediate action. Now see how to start Microsoft Excel 2010. To open Microsoft Excel, click on Start button, then click All Programs. Click Microsoft Office. Click on Microsoft Excel 2010. Microsoft Excel worksheet opens. Now it is ready to be worked upon. The Excel window that appears on the screen is called a workbook. We will discuss the important terms related to MS Excel in the following slides in detail. Now we will discuss workbook, worksheet and spreadsheet window. At first, we will see what is a workbook. It is a collection of one or more spreadsheets called worksheets. A workbook can contain one or more worksheets that can be accessed through the tabs which you can see at the bottom of the worksheet that you are currently viewing. Now see what is a worksheet. It is a grid-like area made up of rows and columns where one can enter and work with data. A worksheet has 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. By default, The worksheets are named Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3 and so on. But these names can be changed. Now see what the Excel window contains. Title bar, which is on the top of the Excel window. It displays the name of the open document. Quick access toolbar, that is located on the upper left corner of the Excel window. File tab that contains the new, open, save, save as, print and close options, etc. Ribbon is the display at the top of the Microsoft Excel window. It is the primary interface with Excel. It allows you to access most of the commands available to you in Excel. Scroll bar. It helps to move the active worksheet up, down and in the left and right direction. Now see what are the components of a worksheet. Cell. It is the intersection of a column and a row. Each cell has a cell address. The cell address can be seen in the name box. Here, the selected cell's address is A1, active cell. The cell which is selected is the active cell. Here, the active cell is A1. A cell can contain up to 32,767 characters. Range. In MS Excel, a range is a collection of cells. In the diagram, the range is B5 to C5. Name box. It is located above the column heading on the left side of the window. This displays the active cell. The formula bar. It is located to the right of the name box. This shows the data and formulas that one can enter in an active cell. Column headings. Column headings are alphabets across the top border of each worksheet. These identify columns with letters A to Z, AA to AZ and so on. Row headings. Row headings are the numbers marked as 1 to 10,48,576 along the left border of the worksheet. Now see status bar. It is located at the bottom of the Excel window. It gives information about the current selection. It includes the name of the currently selected command or current activity. It also displays warning messages. Okay. Now we will discuss Excel data types. Three types of data can be entered in Microsoft Excel worksheet. Numbers, text, formula. At first you see numbers. Numbers are values that consist of numerals 0 to 9 and the characters like plus, minus, at the rate, dollar, percentage, etc. are included in numeric data. By default, numbers are right aligned in a cell. Now see text. Text data can contain alphabets, numbers, spaces and special characters. Text data is not used in calculations. By default, text data is left aligned in a cell. Now see formula. Formula is a mathematical equation. It contains values, operators and cell addresses used to perform calculations on a worksheet. It begins with an equal to sign, which is very important, without which formula will not work. Now we will see how to enter data and perform calculations. To enter data in a worksheet, you have to open a new workbook. Click on cell A1 and type items. Click on cell B1 and type Monday. Click on cell C1 and type Tuesday. Click on cell D1 and type total. Now enter the data below each column as shown in the figure beside. Now to add the total number of items purchased on Monday and Tuesday, we select cell D2, enter equal to sign, select cell B2, now type plus. Select C2 and press enter. This will show 27 in cell D2, meaning the total number of biscuit packets purchased on Monday and Tuesday is 27. We have to follow the same procedure to get the total of other records. In this way, we can do the calculations in Excel worksheet. Now, we will discuss some points on working with worksheet. By default, an Excel workbook displays 3 worksheets at the bottom with the names Sheet 1, Sheet 2 and Sheet 3. One can click on the arrow buttons on the worksheet tab to switch between the worksheets. We can rename, add and remove a worksheet. To rename, double-click the Sheet tab and type a new name. To add a new worksheet, just click on the Insert Worksheet icon button. To remove a worksheet, place the mouse pointer on the Worksheet tab, right-click and then delete. The tab scrolling buttons are Past, Last, Previous and Next as shown in the figure. Allow quick movement through the worksheets. In the next few slides, we will discuss and solve objective problems of this chapter. Now, we will do fill in the blanks. The hints are column, tab scrolling, tree, sheet, margin center, F12 and formula. Now see number 1. By default, a workbook contains dash worksheets. So, from the hint, you find out the answer. It will be 3. 3 worksheets are Sheet 1, Sheet 2 and Sheet 3, which our workbook contains by default. Now see number 2. Dash button places the contents in the center of the cells across a number of columns, rows. So the answer will be margin center. Margin center joins the selected cells into one larger cell and centers the contents into the new cell. Now see number 3. Dash bar shows the data and formulas entered in an active cell. So the answer will be formula. It shows the data and formulas entered in an active cell which is located to the right of the name box. Now see number 4. A worksheet becomes active by clicking on the dash tab. So from the hint you find out the answer, it will be sheet. If you click on the sheet tab, a worksheet becomes active. Now see number 5. Name box is present above the dash heading. So the answer will be column. It is present above the column heading on the left side of the window. Now see number 6. The dash buttons to the left of sheet tabs let you move through the worksheets quickly. So from the hint you find out the answer, it will be tab scrolling. Tab scrolling buttons are past, previous, next and last just to the left of the sheet tab. Let you move through the worksheets quickly. Now see number 7. Pressing the dash key opens the Save As dialog box. So from the hint you find out the answer, it will be F12. Okay, if you press F12 function key, then Save As dialog box opens. Now we will do true or false. Now see number 1. Microsoft Excel is the most suited program for documentation. It will be false because it is mainly used to perform mathematical calculations. not for documentation. Now see number 2. A workbook can contain n number of worksheets according to a user's need. It will be true because according to the limits of memory available on a computer, a workbook can contain any number of worksheets. Now see number 3. Letters A to Z, AA to AZ are the row headings. It will be false because row headings have numbers on the left side of the worksheet starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now see number 4. Status bar includes the name of the currently selected command or current activity. It will be true because it includes the name of the currently selected command or current activity which is present at the bottom of the worksheet. Now see number 5. Data cannot be entered in an active cell. It will be false because data can be entered in an active cell. Now see number 6. Arrow buttons present on the worksheet tab allow the user to switch between the worksheets. It will be true because arrow buttons present on the bottom of the worksheet tab, that is left side of the worksheet, allow the user to switch between the worksheets. Now we will do application based questions. Now see number 1. The class teacher has asked Pallavi to create a worksheet displaying the timetable of the class. She has also asked her to save it with the name of her choice and further rename the worksheet by specifying the name timetable. Suggest her the method to rename the worksheet. So the answer will be to rename the worksheet. She has to double click on the sheet tab and type the new name timetable and press enter key. Now see number 2. Rohit's father has given him rupees 500 for his pocket expense. He has asked him to maintain the expenses in an Excel sheet and show it at the end of the month. Suggest him the method to calculate the total expenses and find the amount left with him. So, the answer will be Rohit can calculate the total expenses by using AutoSum under Home tab. To find the amount left with him, he has to subtract total expenses from the amount given by his father. That is, left amount equal to amount given by his father minus total expenses made by him. Okay. Now we will do multiple choice questions. Now see number 1. In Microsoft Excel, dash button is used to perform addition of a range in a cell. The options are sum, AutoSum, addition. So the correct option will be B, AutoSum. AutoSum is a quicker and easier way of performing calculations which is under Home tab. Now see number 2. By default, the text data is dash aligned in a cell. The options are left, center, right. So the correct option will be left. When you type text, you see it will be left aligned. Okay. Now see number 3. In a worksheet, there are dash rows. So the options are 16,384, 1,04,850, 10,48,576. So the correct option will be option C, 10,48,576. Now see number 4. Dash box shows the address of an active cell. The options are cell, name, formula. So the correct option will be option B, name. Name box shows the address of an active cell. It is located just above the column heading on the left side of the window. Now see number 5. A formula starts with a dash sign. The options are equal to, plus, minus. So the correct option will be option A, equal to. So formula begins with an equal to sign. Without equal to sign, the formula will not work. Now see number 6. We can enter dash types of data in a worksheet. The options are 2, 3, 4. So the correct option will be B, Three. Three types of data are text, numbers and formula. Okay. Thank you class.